Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Happy New Year. I'm only going to be saying it for this episode because February will be upon us. Welcome back to Yardi upon the road and welcome back to 2025. Before we get started in this episode, which will be highlighting trips to Portland, Oregon, and also Seattle, Washington, wanted to do some shout outs and thank yous. Shout out to Alex Berry. My brother and I, when we went to Portland, Oregon, had the distinct pleasure of visiting the University of Oregon, where Mr. Berry was able to get us a private tour of the Oregon track and field. Also got to sit in Phil Knight's private booth in the Oregon track stadium. Keep that quiet. Had a wonderful time. Also, shout out to my baby brother, Clifton, again, who accompanied me on this trip to Portland, Oregon. And we have a saying, what's better than visiting one state? Visiting two. So we went from Portland, Oregon, and then drove to Seattle, Washington. Although I've been to Seattle, Washington, he's never been. So I had to take brother with me, and we enjoyed ourselves immensely seeing those two wonderful states. Quick history, because I know I haven't said it since the first episode. The reason I got into this podcast, one, shout out to my cousin Kurt McCollum, and so many others that have told me over the years, do something with it. So I've been trying to do something with it with a podcast. Again, this is my fourth episode. Hopefully, you've seen I'm getting a little bit better. The lighting is better, and I'm getting used to all this technology. I used to just take pictures. Now I'm actually trying to put a story together to encourage as many people as possible to go out there and travel. If you remember from my first episode, I stated the reason that I started this is throughout all my travels. And again, I've been traveling since the age of 8 internationally. I'm up to 24 countries and I believe 34 states currently. In all my travels, I would see every ethnic group and sex traveling. But one thing I didn't see in the numbers that I would like would be Black men. So this is just to encourage so many of my brothers out there to go out, explore the world. The world is yours. It belongs to you also. Try something different. See something different. The greatest education and the greatest experiences I ever had in my life, and it continues to be, is travel. Travel is the gift of being comfortable while being uncomfortable. Being away from your family, friends, foods, religion, and just immersing yourself in the human condition, wherever it may be in the world. So again, this podcast is for everyone, but I want to especially encourage brown and Black men, get out into the world, see different things, learn the food, the language, the music, the people. All right, so let's get into it again. Welcome back to Yardi upon the road. This episode is dedicated to Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington, the Pacific Northwest, otherwise known as the Rose City, Portland, Oregon. Portland is a city of contrast. On one hand, you got very laid back, quirky, some might say weird vibe, but we had a wonderful time. The energy was great. But Portland is definitely different. It's a hub for nature lovers, stunning landscapes, short drive. When we were there, we didn't deal with any rain, whether it was in Portland or when we went to Seattle, Washington, which is unusual. But we had absolutely no issues in terms of rain. Matter of fact, it was sunny and mild. I'm not saying definitely not cold, but definitely not hot. It was a perfect weather the time we were there. My first stop was downtown Portland. As soon as I stepped onto the street, I noticed that behind of a lot of the modern and historic architecture with streetcars rattling and murals around every corner. It's very vibrant in terms of art. The vibe was very super chill. Everyone had a cup of coffee in their hand. Again, Starbucks and so on is based in Seattle, but Portland also has a great, not only food culture, but also coffee culture. They take their coffee very seriously. We went to a coffee shop. I think it was called the Voodoo Donut Lounge. You'll see it in the pictures. They have unusual donuts, but all of them good. Um, when you get a chance, if you're in Portland, stop by the Sumpton Coffee Roaster. It's a local legend. They got cold brew. Everything is smooth, bold, and every coffee you can imagine. It's like going to a whiskey bar or your favorite brewery if you're interested in coffee. All right, one of the coolest things about Portland is how green it is. It is very, very green. Filled the city full of parks and gardens, and you'll see a picture of myself and my brother, I believe, on the last day we were there. We were just smoking cigars at a local park, pond. Again, the weather was fantastic. Not what I expected, because I know doing my research, Portland and Seattle is notorious for dreary and being basically English weather, always raining, cold, and damp. That was not what we ran into, which was wonderful. There's over 10,000 rose bushes in every color you can imagine. It's a feast for the eyes. We were able to see Mount Hood from the distance. Unbelievable. If roses aren't your thing, there's a lot of nature trails and hikes that you can do in Portland. It is very an active city. One of the things we did while we were there, besides going to the University of Oregon, I'm a Nike head. My brother is also a Nike head. So, we went to Nike headquarters, and we also went to a national park and climbed sand dunes. And let me be clear when I tell you, these ain't regular sand dunes. Like, you're going to get a workout, like Sahara desert sized sand dunes in Oregon. Absolutely gorgeous. The Windward Trail, I think we visited there. A Windward Trail filled with lush trees, fresh air, total peace. Listen, again, Portland was such a relaxing, chill experience. I didn't get this big eating salad. Another thing that surprised me about Portland. Portland is a foodie's paradise. Did not expect this. Hit up the food cart, the food court, the food cart scene. They are legendary in terms of just the colorful clusters of colorful carts, cuisines from every corner of the world. I tried Korean barbecue, tacos from Kuro Fusion, Jamaican beef patties. Yeah, Jamaican beef patties in Portland, Oregon. When I said far from the island, far from the island. But if you're a yard man, we go anywhere opportunity lies. So we out there in Portland. The cart that we ate from was called Irie Island. The taste of Portland again. If you love food and variety of food, you will not go wrong. Now remember the place we went to. It's called Voodoo Donuts in Portland, Oregon. Must see. When you see the pictures, like I said, Fruit Loops donuts, like rum and raisin. I ain't know donuts could come in them different flavors and colors. It's also a gateway Portland's also a gateway to some of the most beautiful place in the Pacific Northwest. Like I said, one of the things that we did was go from Portland to Seattle, Washington. We drove back on, Highway 1, which is the Pacific Coast Highway. Let me say this. If you're adventurous, do it. If you don't like heights, don't do it. Because it's literally cliffs, ocean, mountains. But when I say views, absolutely spectacular. We went to Monmouth Falls in Portland, Oregon. Gorgeous. It's only 30 minutes outside the city. It's a major tourist attraction, but it's absolutely gorgeous. There's a picture of that there. We didn't really make it to the Wilmette Village, Valley, which is famous for wine, Pinot Noir. Again, didn't make it there. The food, did the food. The sights, absolutely great, but didn't make it to the vineyards. What I really loved about Portland again was the vibe. The city creates the individuality, the creativity, and the people in the art, in the food, in the music. So if you're up for quirky fun, definitely you got to be someone that loves nature, which you will be surrounded by, and you just want to explore Portland. I highly recommend. I also highly recommend Seattle, Washington. The only thing with Seattle, Washington, we only went to downtown Seattle. So, of course, we went to the Fisherman's Market, which is world famous, and then just walked around the city. But the majority of our trip was really spent in Portland. We went, like I said, University of Oregon, Nike headquarters, And then you get to see downtown Seattle, which I plan to go back to in the future, do more exploring. Again, I want to thank all the subscribers that I've been reaching out to that has subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you. Again, this is Yardi upon the road. Hope to see you in the airports. Hope to see you in the byways and flyways. Be safe. And once again, adventure awaits for all of us. Get out there and explore. The world is yours.